Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is part 2 of the 3D flower tutorial. In this part I'll be showing you how to add your leaves to your 3D flower motif. If you would like to learn the first part of the motif where I teach you how to make the flower, I will leave the link in the description box below. I'll also leave the link right here on the right top corner, so you may just click on that, review the first part of this tutorial and then come back to this part. Okay, here I'll just be showing you how to add the leaves and to give your project a more completed look. So if you would like to learn how to do that, then please keep watching. So let's begin our row 4. Okay, so I've got my green colored yarn which I'll be making the leaves with. Okay, so once you've got your yarn ready, get your crochet hook as well. I'll be using the same crochet hook that I used to make the project so far. So I'll be using my 4mm size crochet hook. Okay, and now let's attach this new yarn to our project. So to begin row 4, what you basically need to do is turn your project the other way around, so like this, okay, at the back side, and we'll be attaching the new yarn to our row 2 stitches. Okay, so if you remember, in row 2 we made these single crochet stitches here, okay, which basically attached our petal to the center part of our flower, right? So this one right here. Okay, so we'll be attaching the new yarn to any of these single crochet stitches here, okay, to any of these ones. Okay, so for instance, I'll attach my yarn to this one right here. So you can attach your yarn whichever way you prefer. I'll just show you the most simplest way, which is easier for beginners to follow as well. Okay, so what I'm going to do is basically just insert my hook into that single crochet stitch right here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just place my hook there and slowly insert my hook right through that single crochet stitch like so. Okay, so from the back this is how it looks, and I'll just show you from the front. So from the front this is how it looks. Okay, so once you've inserted your hook there, what you're going to do is place your new yarn right below it here, grab your yarn and basically pull it through, okay, like so. All right, and then just pull it through all the way so that the loose end comes in front like this. Okay, and what I like to do is just tie a simple knot here just to sort of secure the starting point. Okay, so I'm just going to make a very simple knot here, a simple knot. Okay, just to sort of secure that starting point. Right, and then what I'm going to do is insert my hook back into that same space. Okay, so I'm just going to insert my hook back into that same stitch space that we just worked into like so. Okay, and then I'm just going to grab my yarn, pull it through like this. Okay, and then just chain 1. So I just pulled it through and chained 1. Okay, so now we can begin with our row 4 proper. Okay, so in row 4 we'll be basically just working into these stitches from row 2, okay, where we made those single crochet stitches, right? These stitches here, so we'll just be working into them. So we are going to first start with 1 single crochet back into the same stitch that we just worked. So the same stitch space, we are still at the same stitch space. Okay, we are going to work 1 single crochet. So when I say single crochet, I'm using the US term. In the UK this will be your double crochet stitch. Okay, so what you're going to do is basically insert your hook back into that same stitch space. Now when you do that, there's a tendency for beginners to sort of lose this loop here that we made, right, the chain 1 loop. So what I like to suggest is just place your index finger on that loop that you made with the hook, so that it doesn't unravel while you're doing the stitches. Okay, so just place your index finger on the loop of your hook so that it doesn't, so that you don't lose it. Okay, so we are going to make one single crochet into this very same stitch space that we just worked, that we just attached the yarn. Okay, so you're going to insert your hook into that same space like so. Okay, that same stitch space, right, and then you're going to grab your yarn, pull it through, and you've got 2 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over and pull through both the loops. So we just made one single crochet into this stitch space. Okay, into the very same space that we attached the yarn. Okay, we made one single crochet. Now what you're going to do is chain 6. Okay, you're going to make a simple chain 6. So you're just going to go below your yarn like so, grab your yarn, pull it down and pull it through. You've got chain 1, chain 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Okay, so here I've made a chain 6. Now what I'm going to do is straight away go to the next single crochet here. So we had just worked into this one here, right? Now we have the next one is here, so we are going to work one single crochet into this stitch right here. Okay, so what you're going to do is insert your hook into that space, into that stitch space. It might be a little difficult, just do it slowly, there's no hurry. So just insert your hook into that stitch space like this. Okay, so this is how it looks like from the back, and then from the front, if you turn your project, this is how it will look like. Okay, so your hook is behind this stitch. Okay, if you can see that. Okay, so and I'm just going to work one single crochet there. So I'm going to grab my yarn, pull it through. You've got 2 loops on your hook, right? You're going to yarn over and pull through both the loops. So we made one single crochet into this stitch space right here. Okay, again you're going to chain 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Okay, so we chain 6 again, and we are going to work another single crochet into the next stitch, so this one right here. Okay, so as you can see, we are just working into the stitches from our row 2. Okay, so we're just going to be working into these stitches here. Okay, and we're basically going to repeat this for the entire row as well. So you chain 6 and then you work one single crochet into this stitch right here. Then again you chain 6 and then you work a single crochet into the next stitch right here, and you basically just repeat that till you finish this row. Okay, so I'll just show it to you again. So I chained 6 here, right? So now I'm going to work one single crochet into this stitch right here. So I'm going to basically insert my hook into that stitch slowly like so. Okay, and then I'm going to grab my yarn, pull it through, having 2 loops on my hook now, and then yarn over and pull through both the loops. So I just made one single crochet there, and then I'm just going to repeat the whole thing. So I'm just going to chain 6 again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, right? So I made a chain 6, and then I'm going to just repeat this. So I'm going to make one single crochet back into this next single crochet here. Okay, so single crochet from our row 2. Okay, so I'm just going to repeat that. So I'm going to work one single crochet into this stitch here. So again, insert my hook into that stitch like so, grab my yarn, pull it through. I've got my 2 loops on my hook, yarn over and pull through both the loops. Okay, so you may pause the video here, basically repeat this till the end here, and I'll tell you how to finish your row 4. So again, you're just going to repeat this, right? So you're going to do chain 6, one single crochet into this stitch here. Again, you chain 6 and then one single crochet into the stitch here. Okay, so just repeat that and I'll tell you how to finish your row 4. So here I've reached the end of row 4 and I've done my last single crochet here and then chain 6. Okay, and then to finish off my row 4, all I'm gonna do is make a slip stitch into the single crochet here. Remember that when we started our row 4, when we attached our yarn, we made one single crochet at the beginning, right? So you're just gonna make a slip stitch at the top of that single crochet stitch. Okay, so to do that, all you need to do is insert your hook into that top of that single crochet stitch like so. Grab your yarn, pull it through, all right, and pull it through again. Okay, like so. All right, and this completes our row 4, and now we can move on to row 5. So let's begin row 5. Okay, now to begin row 5, the first thing you can do is to turn your project the other way around like so, such that your flower, the top part of your flower is facing you. Okay, like this, and all you need to do is make a chain 2. Okay, so just make your simple chain 2, 1 and 2. Okay, this chain 2 will act as our first half double crochet, okay, in row 5. All right, when I say half double crochet, this is the US term. In the UK, this will be your half treble crochet stitch. Okay, so these two chains will act as our first half double crochet stitch in row 5. Okay, now we'll be working our next stitches into this chain space here. So if you see this gap space, okay, made by our chain 6 from our previous row, this space here is where we'll be working our stitches to make our leaf. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is make 2 double crochet stitches into this gap space here. Okay, so you're going to yarn over once like so. Insert your hook into this gap space, grab your yarn, pull through. We've got 3 loops on our hook. Yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the next 2 loops. So we made 1 double crochet here. You're going to make 1 more double crochet into this same gap space. Okay, so you're going to yarn over once, insert your hook back into the same gap space here, grab your yarn, pull through. We've got 3 loops on our hook. You're going to yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the next 2 loops. So we made 2 double crochet stitches, right? Next, what you're going to do is make 1 treble crochet stitch into this same gap space. Okay, 1 treble crochet stitch. When I say treble crochet, this is the US term. So in the UK, this will be your double treble crochet stitch. Okay, so you're going to yarn over twice like so. All right, place your hook into that same gap space, grab your yarn, pull it through. Now we have 4 loops on our hook, right? You're going to yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the next 2 loops, 2 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through the last 2 loops. So we made 1 treble crochet stitch. All right, next we are going to chain 3. Okay, 1, 2 and 3. So here we've made a chain 3, right? And then what we're going to do is make a slip stitch into the 3rd chain from our hook. Okay, so when we count our chains from our hook, we're never going to count this loop on our hook. Okay, so you're not going to count this loop on your hook, rather you're going to start counting from the one below it. So this one right here. Okay, so this will be 1, 2 and 3. So this space right here is our 3rd chain from our hook. So we are going to make a slip stitch into this chain space. Okay, so to make a slip stitch, all you need to do is insert your hook into that chain space, grab your yarn, pull through and pull through again. All right, so we just made a slip stitch into that chain space there, and that gives a little bud like shape to our leaf, to the top of our leaf. Okay, you can skip this if you don't want the shape. You can directly go on to the next stitch. Okay, so that's up to you, but I feel that this adds a little more completed look to our project. Okay, so once you're done with that, we are almost done with actually we are done with half of our leaf. Okay, so now we are going to make the other half of this leaf. So for that, we are going to first make one treble crochet stitch into this gap space that we are still working into. Okay, into this gap space here, we'll first work one treble crochet stitch. Okay, so for that, you're going to yarn over twice like so, insert your hook back into that gap space, grab your yarn, pull through. We've got 4 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the next 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the last 2 loops. So we just worked one treble crochet stitch. Okay, now if your stitches are all like together, you want more space for your next stitches, all you need to do is gently push your stitches to one side. Okay, so you have more room for the other stitches. Okay, so after you finish your treble crochet stitch, now we're going to make 2 double crochet stitches into this same gap space here. Okay, we are making 2 double crochet stitches. So you're going to yarn over once, insert your hook back into that same gap space, grab your yarn, pull through, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, yarn over and pull through the next 2 loops. So that's one double crochet. You're going to make one more, so yarn over once, insert your hook back into that same space, grab your yarn, pull through, 3 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the next 2 loops. So we worked another double crochet. Okay, and next we are going to work one half double crochet stitch into this same gap space. Okay, so you're going to yarn over once, insert your hook into the same gap space, grab your yarn, pull through. We've got 3 loops on our hook. You're going to yarn over and pull through all the 3 loops. Okay, so that is one half double crochet. Okay, so this basically completes one leaf. Okay, so we finished with one leaf. So the stitch number is going to be the same, that the type of stitch and the number of stitches are going to be the same for each of our leaves. Okay, so you're basically going to just repeat the same thing into this gap space and then into the next gap space. So the same thing. Okay, you're just going to repeat this all the way around. So I'll just show it to you once more. So once you're done with this last stitch, the last half double crochet stitch, right, next what you're going to do is make a slip stitch into the next loop. So this is our next chain loop here, right, the next gap space that we're going to work our second leaf, right. So into this gap space, we are first going to make a slip stitch. Okay, so to do that, you're just going to insert your hook into that space here, grab your yarn, pull through and pull through again. So we just worked a slip stitch into the next loop, into the next chain gap space here. Okay, and then we're basically going to repeat the same number of stitches that we did for this leaf. Okay, so we're going to start with a chain 2. Okay, a simple chain 2, 1 and 2, and this chain 2 will act as our first half double crochet in this loop. Okay, into this space, this will be our first half double crochet stitch. Okay, and then we are going to work 2 double crochet stitches into this same gap space. Okay, so you're going to yarn over once, insert your hook into that gap space, grab your yarn, pull through, 3 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the next 2 loops. So that's one double crochet. You're going to work one more double crochet into the same gap space like so. Okay, and then next you're going to work one treble crochet stitch into the same gap space here. Okay, so you're going to yarn over twice, insert your hook back into the same gap space, grab your yarn, pull through. We've got 4 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the next 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the last 2 loops. So we worked 1 treble crochet stitch into this gap space. Okay, now to form that bud that we did here, okay, you're going to chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, right, and then you're going to work a slip stitch into the 3rd chain from our hook, right? So 1, 2, 3, this space here, you're going to work a slip stitch. So insert your hook into that chain space, grab your yarn, pull through and pull through again. So we worked a slip stitch there, right? And next we're going to work 1 treble crochet stitch into this gap space here. Okay, so you're going to yarn over twice, insert your hook back into that gap space, grab your yarn, pull through, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the next 2 loops, and yarn over, pull through the last 2 loops. So we just worked 1 treble crochet stitch. Okay, like so. Next we're going to work 2 double crochet into this same gap space here. Okay, so yarn over once, insert your hook back into the same gap space, grab your yarn, pull through, 3 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the next 2 loops. So that's 1 double crochet, 1 more double crochet into the same gap space, like so. And then our last stitch, which is 1 half double crochet into this same gap space. Okay, so yarn over once, insert your hook back into the same gap space, grab your yarn, pull through. We've got 3 loops on our hook, yarn over and pull through all the 3 loops. So we made 1 half double crochet there, and that completes our second leaf. Okay, so you're basically going to repeat this all the way around. So you're going to make 1 leaf into each of these loops here. Okay, so the same number of stitches, the same type of stitches. To begin, you first have to make a slip stitch into this loop. So just insert your hook into the loop, grab your yarn, pull through and pull through again. So that's a slip stitch into the loop. You chain 2 first. So 1, 2, this chain 2 will act as our first half double crochet stitch, and then you basically repeat the same thing that we did here. You're going to make 2 double crochet stitches, then 1 treble crochet, chain 3, slip stitch back into the 3rd chain to make that bud. Then you're going to work your way down. So you're going to work 1 treble crochet, then you're going to work 2 double crochet and 1 half double crochet. Okay, so you're going to pause the video here if you need to work your way around, and I'll tell you how to finish your row 5. So here I finished my last leaf as well, and I finished the last stitch, which is the half double crochet stitch, okay, for this leaf. And to finish off this row, all you need to do is work a slip stitch to the first 2 chains that we made here, or you can also slip stitch into this single crochet from the previous row. Okay, you can just slip stitch into any of these stitches, whichever is easy for you. Okay, just insert your hook there, grab your yarn, pull through, okay, and pull through again. Okay, so just work a slip stitch into one of the stitches here at the beginning, and you're basically done with row 5 as well. And to finish off this project, you can just chain 1. Okay, just chain 1, and then you're going to grab your scissors. Okay, leave a little bit of yarn here, and then just cut off your yarn like so, and then just pull your hook through, and then tighten your nose at the end here, weave in your ends, and you're basically done with your project. So here I've just weaved in my ends and my project is complete. This is the end of this tutorial. I hope this tutorial was fun and easy to follow. Please give this video a thumbs up if you could make your wonderful 3D flowers. I tried to make this pattern as simple as possible for beginners to try as well. Leave your comments and suggestions in the comment box below. I love hearing from you guys. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Just click on the red button below the video and you will always be notified whenever I upload a new tutorial. Alright, so thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day ahead and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!